everybody. My name is Nate Patterson and welcome to Showcase Springfield. Another episode of Showcase Springfield. This time we are in the so-called hood. We're on the corner of Union and Orleans Street. I grew up here. I grew up in this very neighborhood. Right behind me is used to be a Bueller store where we used to get penny candy. Right over there used to be a beauty shop owned by my aunt. We used to rip and run up and down this neighborhood with no problem. But times have changed. And I got a couple people on my panel today, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to get right to it. Today I have Shaylin and I have Zeph from The New Voice. Hello Shaylin, how you doing?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Zeph, welcome to the show, brother. You guys got a hit show called The New Voice.
Thanks to you and the people. Thanks to you and the people.
I'm going to tell you what, this is a little unorthodox, so I'm going to do this. Shaylin, you're going to hold the microphone because you're right there in the middle.
Okay.
Right? And you're going to lean it to me when I'm talking, lean it to him when he's talking, and just keep it right there when you're talking.
Okay.
So what we're going to talk about today, all right, is how this area has changed. We're going to try to find out why. We're going to pick up on the conversation that was on The New Voice just last week, and we're going to bring Zeph on, and he's going to continue his thoughts. All right, but I want to bring this to everybody's attention because this hurts me. Okay, this is where I grew up as a child, right? And at night I can't walk this area without looking over my back. That's not going to happen. So Shaylin, you said you grew up in Springfield.
Yes, I have.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm going to be 21 August 14th.
21 August 14th. What school did you go to, Shaylin?
I went to Commerce for my high school, Indian Orchard for my elementary.
Drew! Andrew Keith.
And
Say that
Kids
again.
Indian Orchard for my
No,
elementary.
say your high school again.
Commerce High School,
That's where
Commerce
you
on
grew.
State Street.
I graduated from Commerce.
Okay. And for my kindergarten, I went to Head Start on State Street, actually. Wilbraham Road next to Mason Square.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
right. I know that.
Okay.
Okay, so now the first question, and the question is going to start towards me. The first question that I'm going to ask, probably going to start off the conversation. I know Zeph is going to take over after this, right? Is what do you think? Okay, the issues are in this area, and how can we make it better?
Well, for one big issue is a lot of kids out here are getting lost and they don't know the right way to go, and they want to they're all getting confused, so they seem like they're bad people, so nobody wants to help them, and
So
they're getting locked up.
When you say they're getting lost, what do you mean?
They're getting lost. They're influenced by television, by other people telling them, they can't make it because they're black or Hispanic, and they're getting into the rap music, thinking of fast money instead of in the school, in the books, and there's not both stable parents helping them out.
So do you think there's a need for two-parent household in order for these kids to turn around?
No, I do not think there's a need for that. I think there just needs to be structure, like kids influence other kids to be, do foolish things.
Right.
And people just want to fit in, so they all just, do the same thing, and then that's when they get lost. And then when one of them want to go to school, they get, picked on for it, and they think it's not cool, but
some things haven't changed. I mean, that was the way it was when we were in school, kids pick on kids. That stuff happens, right? But we're talking about on a deeper level, because these people out here are killing it.
Yep.
Now what drives people to do that? I want to bring Zeph in on that.
Well, let me hear her answer first, and then I'm going to keep it. So the question is, what drives the people in your age bracket? What is causing them to want to shoot somebody because they stepped on your shoes, or you talking to my girl? You're in that world.
I think it is because the image they want to keep, like I was saying, they feeling like, rap music, they're using that, like idolizing that, so they want to look cool and big for their friend, but maybe if their friend wasn't there, it would have happened, it would escalate that far in the first place, or they just, they don't know what other way to go because, you get locked up and you come out here, it's hard to get a job, all you know is still, I guess, you see one other person have it and you don't, and you want to know how they got it, or it's a respect factor because they don't know the real meaning of respect for each other. So, they think, when we die, that we can go with it.
Let me say this. I just want to tell you, I am very impressed with you. I've been sitting here listening to you from the time you pull up. What the audience don't know is how you ended up in our chair. We were sitting here setting up, And Shailen's pulled up and, hey, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we're filming. Well, I want to help. Now, that to me is so amazing. I tell you, if I had 1,000 tongues to tell you how wonderful that was. And that's the problem. The problem is we should have, not only do we need young people like yourself pulling us over and say, hey, can I help? But where are the elders? And that's why when you came, we were so excited when you pulled up. We said, we need you to sit here because it's the young people who is gonna save our communities. The elders, they're asleep. So I'm gonna ask you this question because we're not in that world anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm 50 years old, so I'm in a whole different world. And so it's interesting sitting here, like Nate said a little while ago, that haven't changed. But except that the youths are not banging it out with the fist, they're banging it out with the bullets. So now, and not to say that, and I don't know what world you hang out in, and and I don't sound like you hang out in that environment.
Right.
But the question is, from as far as you know, like what can we do? What as far as Shayla knows, like from her age group, talk to the camera, talk to the parents.
Exactly. I'm not sure what we can do because it takes, more than one day to figure out a solution for everything. But I grew up just around the corner. Yes, I grew up in this neighborhood, in this environment. I seen it all. I was in the parties and people shoot. But that's just, what you're around. I'm forced to be around that because I live around that. But I draw myself out of that. I'm not confused and lost like the others. So just because I'm around it, it doesn't mean no worse, no nothing. Just where you live, if there's water, you know how to swim. And if there's trees, you know how to climb.
Let me ask you this. What kept you separate? Right? You said you were around it. You were like, you're around it. You were like in the mix, so to speak, right in the area. What kept you separate? How come you didn't get drawn into it?
Right.
I really don't know the answer for that. I guess because everybody's different. I've always been a thinker since young. I had guidance. Probably not all my life, but people like a teacher, probably 1 year, or whatever, a foster mother this year. I always had a guidance of something, that I never forgot. They told me, any advice, and I just try to give it to other people. Like, there's somebody living worse than you. No matter what, you gotta keep trying.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You guys are doing it on your own, right? Jeff's talking about elders, and he's gonna come in with that in a second. See, when I was coming up, right, we had like mentors. We had elders that were like into us, like we were their own kids. You know what I mean? We used to go over here to the Dunbar with Mr. Jennings and all those guys over there, Miss Bunton and all those guys, right?
Yeah.
Duke Belton and all these people. And we used to just go over there, and they used to care about us, and they would bring it to us and school us. Then I went across town, and I grew up and became a product of the family center. You're talking Norm Hankins. You're talking Charlie Jackson, man. You're talking Dennis Vegas. You're talking a lot of people that took their time, to make sure our heads were going all right, we're going in the right direction. There's none of that today. Right? I don't see people taking the time. Now, I'm not saying there's no people in these positions, right? But here's the difference. Here's the difference that I see. And I apologize if I step on people's toes. I'm going to toes, but I'm going to call it the way I see it, right? There's a difference between trying to give back to the community and wanting to help the kids, and there's a difference when you just want to go and collect a paycheck, okay? Because the paycheck limits you. When you want to help the kids, you go to 9 yards. You go further than your paycheck will bring you. And that's what all those people that I named, that's what they did. That's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah. So let me just add to what you're saying. I'm gonna ask you a question because what she said to us when she pulled up is, I want to help the community.
There you go.
Yeah, that just blew my mind. And yeah, a 20-year-old young lady pulling up saying, what can I do to help? And again, you should have the elders, like you said. That's my thing. My thing is the elders are not doing what we had elders, like Nate said, to beat us over the head. Say you're not going to do, it's not going to do that. But like you, in a world where, and again, I'm not sure how you came up, if you had that element, but whether you did or you didn't, you sound to me like you're doing great.
Yeah.
But speak to that, like what is it that make you want to pull us over and say, hey, I want to help my community when we have elders who don't give a rat's behind about the community.
Well, I don't think it's not about them giving a rat's behind. It's just a different generation, and my generation is very stubborn. It's different. It's not. It's different time. Bills are different. You don't get paid enough to help kids too and your family without going poor. If you go poor, how can you help the kids? You need your paycheck. It's not about nobody being stubborn. Some kids don't want to listen anymore. We don't know respect the same how we did when you see an elder, you say hello, you know, you 90 minutes. Kids don't care. It's different. So it's not about that. It's about actually now, since the government wants to take over everything, it's about more on a higher level than that. And the police see kids on the corner. It's not them selling drugs. It's maybe they don't got nowhere to go.
Okay. We're gonna go take a break. And when we come back, she brought up a good point. She said kids don't care. When we come back, we're gonna address that. We're gonna find out how come they don't. Why are they not? You know what I mean? So with that, we're gonna be back in what? 60 seconds? 60 seconds. Or whenever we get back on Showcase Springfield.
School there used to be lots of bullies, and so my mom wanted me to learn self-defense, and that's when we found Sensei David.
We were brought here because we were very disrespectful to our grandparents and our mother and godfather. So our mom, at first she was like didn't know what to do with us.
Black Men Speak. We are putting together a panel of black men to speak out and address current issues in our community. Where is your voice? Voice is looking for a panel of 6 black men to voice their opinions to our people. What say you, black man? Where is your voice? If you want to be on this panel, inbox me, Nathaniel Patterson, on Facebook. Black Men Speak. Come, speak out. Let's hear your voice. Speak now. right, welcome back to Showcase Springfield. I'm Nate Patterson here with Shaylin and Zeph, and this show is brought to you by Alvin's Famous Ice Cream, located right there across from Barrels Pool or Barrels Park. No longer Barrels Pool, right up on Walnut Street. Go over and help a brother out, support black business, and get yourself a smoothie and a brain freeze. Okay, when we went to break, we said we were going to come back and readdress a question, a statement that you said about kids not caring. But before I go there, right, I heard you and Zip talking, and it was very interesting on what you do. Okay, so go on and tell us again what you do.
Well, right now I'm a CNA at Wingate in West Springfield, and I go to school. I'm taking my prereqs at STIC because I want to go to Springfield College to be a PA, which is a physician assistant.
Okay. So the question is why a physician assistant? Because you could have been a lawyer, you could have been any other thing. What is it that made you want to get into the medical field?
Well, because I think that's the way you can really help somebody, like with their health. Somebody will listen to you if you tell them, you know, your life's on the line. I'm here to help you. Can I help you?
So just very quickly, so that's one of the things I talk about on we have a show called The New Voice, and I'm always talking about that. Like, you know, again, one of the things we're going to talk about on this show is about crime that's taking place in our community. But one of the other things I say, the biggest crime being waged against our people is health. Our health, they're killing us with their food. That's a weapon of warfare. So I'm glad that you recognize that. Now the question is, when you get into the medical field, is, you know, tell us a little bit about what a PA does. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, a PA is like, usually when you go to a doctor's appointment, you don't see the doctor. The doctor is always busy, you know, being a doctor, have surgeries, writing medications for thousands of people. So the PA gets to see you and can help you, you know, bandage your wounds, be personal, tell you what you can eat, not do, what you should do, what's good for your health. Before the doctor, you know, just diagnoses you. I help you.
So then the PA is one step down from the doctor. That's what you're telling me. So if we get to that level, then you're good.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
good enough for me. I want to be.
Okay, let's get back to this. Let's get back to the question that was left hanging, right? Right before we went to break, right? It's hot and sunny out here, so we're sweating, man. You know what I mean? And,
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
all right, we know how I work for you, Springfield.
I'm not complaining.
So, you said that the kids of your generation, okay, they don't care. Okay, I want you to expound on that. Talk to me.
Well, they don't care because they don't know like their responsibilities and what life means. Like, you need to get your knowledge. It's not about out here trying to get the first penny. It's about, you know, getting the knowledge so when you do get that penny, you can expand it and make it $1 and make it $5 and so on and so forth. Doing it legally, and if anybody comes at you, who cares if you're black? You know your stuff. You know your books. Nobody can't tell you nothing. You know, you can't get played because you know what it is, you know what you're supposed to do, and you know your rights. And that's what we need to know, our rights. And we know, and the book can tell you.
Okay, I see Jeff over here. He can't wait to open it up.
I'm just saying, is she 20 years old?
Yes.
You sure you're 20?
Yes, I'm gonna actually turn 21 August 14th. That's like in 3 weeks.
I see you just talking about something that Jeff is already talking about. That's why he ready to go. Here, brother.
No, see, that's the thing. At the Movement Project, we have a program, entrepreneur program that we do for young folks, and we just started a program for the adults.
Yes.
And that's what we're talking about. Education is really key, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So everybody's out here talking about, I'm going to, you know, I want to be this, I want to be that. They're playing the lottery, hoping to hit $1 million. But if you've never had $1 million,
How you gonna know how to keep it?
how you gonna know how to keep it? And that's what I'm talking about. So speak a little more on that, because you
Well-
know, I'll hold the mic. I got it.
So you said something earlier about the kids being influenced, right? And I know that I see things on TV, all right? I see videos, rap videos, and certain TV shows on, right? And then I come outside, I don't want to go here, right? And we just saw a young man dead body, right? He got, from appearances, we don't know his real story, but just from appearance, right? And he walking with his girl, they got a baby, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at him, he walking wide lately because to keep his pants up and sag. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, what is that about? I mean, you can't walk around, okay? When you walk around, I got to say, right? It's all hood and hood. You got your gear in the hood. When you step out of the hood, you look stupid. And I'm gonna tell you to your face, you look dumb. You look dumb walking down the street with your pants hanging off anyway, but you look even dumber downtown with professional people. You look out of place. You need to pull your pants up and get your mind right, all right? Because that's what this is all about. This isn't a game. This isn't a video. This is real life. This is real life, right? And another thing that bothers me, okay, is everybody want to sell coke. Everybody want to sell rock. But you got nothing to show for it because you up in the club pouring champagne over some whole bar, right? You see, you're balling. Well, how can you sling all week, ball on the weekend, and you broke money? That ain't balling. That's being a damn idiot. All right? That's just out here living for the minute. All right? This young lady was talking about a plan. You living for the minute. Okay? But I'm sorry, I got hot, but I had to rant about that for a minute because it made me mad. What do you guys think?
Go ahead.
I think the same thing. It's just like you guys work so hard to impress the lady for one night, but you can't even pay your bills. Do you sleep at the club? Do you eat at the club? Do you wash your behind at the club? I hope not, because me, a real woman, God dedicated, I don't want that. The girls that's gonna have babies and sag off you, and you're gonna have to do that all your life, and then one day you're gonna end up in jail, and then how do you still go on with that?
See, I don't know if I can come back behind that. What I'm saying is this young lady is speaking to you people. I hope you all are listening, because that's one of the things in Solo Productions that we try to do. We try to take people from the community and to speak to the people in the community. We don't want nobody who's part of that establishment down there. We want to hear from the mouth of the baby. You all are hearing it, and she's right. You can't pay your child support, but what? You're making it rain.
Yes.
All right, we wanted to go further, but my producer is telling me we got to end this, okay? But I'm going to end this with an announcement. And I was talking to Zeph, and I was talking to my producer, and I'm serious about this, right? Not y'all people gonna laugh, but I'm going to say it, right? Not this election, but the next election, I'm going to run for city council. And you know what's going to be the difference? I'm not going to walk in the door and change my speech. I'm not going to walk in the door and change anything. And I'm going to put it all out. Everybody know I'm from the street. Everybody know I dig drugs, all right? So that shouldn't come as a surprise to you. What's going to come as a surprise is that I'm not going to change my speech because somebody's feeling might be hurt. All right? I'm going to say what I say, and I'm going to stand behind it. Your feelings hurt, I apologize. But I'm going to stand by my convictions. Okay? Because that's what my constituents will want from me. All right? I'm going to go through that door, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to represent the people. All right? And I'm going to go in that door and line my pockets and wear a suit and come back every function looking for accolades. Because that's all we got now. All right? That's all we got. I don't even know who's on City Hall. I don't even know who's in election. I mean, who's on the board. All right, because they down there and they don't come back here. So with that, I gotta go. My producer's giving me all kind of hand signals. Thank you, Shayla.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for stopping by.
Listen, we are going to see you soon. Very soon. We are excited. We can't wait to have you back on the show. You did an excellent job.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Stopping by to help.
With that said, hang on. Let's close the show. She's trying to get out of here.
It's hot. I'm
All
trying
right.
to help.
All right, Nate Patterson, Solo Productions, Showcase Springfield. Make sure you tune in Mondays at 8:30 for the New Voice with hosts Zeph Mongrew and Andrew Keaton. And we out of here. Peace.
Just for some context.
Imagine being kidnapped. You're then flown to a black site run by the CIA.
أنا اسمي دينا.
اسمها جون.
شرفنا. And was Niesman's report meant as revenge?
The US spent $640 billion on weapons in 2013 alone.
I believe he was before his time.
Say hello to never buying a house. We're the millennials. Was there something unique about this role in terms of what this couple goes through?
So these are pot cookies, right here on the steps of the Capitol.
Tell me more. These are the bad boys that are in danger by climate change.
But actually the person.
So it can be just a clutch if you want it to be. Your snaps are. Yes, because it is. I mean, I had it. It was heavy the other day, and then I was like the next day. Feel free to design.
Just sharing with the other woman that use these. These are just a snap for your reversing rather than using your nails. You want to do that. Hi, I'm Amy Clark, and I'm here representing Magnolia and Vine.
And I'm Christine Strauss, also representing Magnolia and Vine.
Magnolia and Vine is a versatile jewelry line that just started this back February of 2015, and we have direct sales that come straight to you in your home, and many of our products are inexpensive and definitely able to make you look like $1 million.
At a very affordable price, that's the key. It's just really high quality material for a really low price. If you'd like to take a look at how this works, here, ready? We can show you. There are an assortment of base pieces, and upon those pieces, you're able to choose whatever snap suits your style or mood for the day, simply by popping out the snap and popping it in to the piece. There are endless potential combinations.